my pet project, the Overmind David Parasite Exile deck, has run into Stabteki. I don't like playing against Stabteki. I mean, in tournament settings it's fine because it's a test of my runner skill, whether I can be patient and cautious enough to avoid getting flatlined. But on the other hand, it's not good for playtesting my deck because I need to find out the weaknesses in my deck. On the same token, because the last time I played my deck, I found that my deck is very weak to Komainus and face-checking Komainus and Surugis. So maybe this game might be a blessing in disguise. We shall see. But anyway, the first thing I noticed right off the bat is that this is not a Stabteki deck. When I stole the first agenda, I knew that something was up. This is a Nisei. Stabtekis don't run Nisei. 4 advance is a problem for horizontal Stabteki. So this is a different deck. And when he showed his use of influence on power shutdown, I knew something was really up. I'm not sure if he made the correct play here. Shutting down a prepaid voice pad. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve here. I mean, that will slow my economy down at most. It's not going to do much against Shaper, really. I mean, I have so many ways to get my programs and hardware back. I checked his archives, very important. I need to find out what sort of deck he's running, and I saw a wrap around. So, looks like this is a deck that is trying to keep me out of his servers, not inviting me to run into his snares and GQs. Very interesting. So it looks like I have a game on my hands. This is not your typical Stabteki avoid getting flatline Mushin no Shin deck. Alright, so yes. Let's see what I can do about this. Alright, he gets Jackson pumping. So here I'm thinking, what should I do? Should I run the Jackson? Here's what I'm tempted to do. Install the SMC, make a run on R&D where the agenda density is high, then make a run on Jackson Howard. He will most likely reshuffle in his power shutdown back into his deck, which will reduce the agenda density, as he's doing here. So I should have ran R&D to take advantage of the higher agenda density. But I decided not to run because I wanted to save my SMC for a rainy day. One thing you must remember that since he's not playing horizontal Jinteki, there is no way he's going to be able to fast advance agendas. Definitely not the Nisei. He's not playing Tenin or RP, so I don't really have to worry too much. What I need to be concerned about is sieging his remote, and right now he's getting a remote setup. This is what I should be aiming for, because as long as I can deny him from scoring in that remote, the game is mine. He cannot win the game unless he flatlines me, which probably won't happen since he's spending influence on power shutdown. Alright, he scores a clone retirement. Ouch. That takes out my scavenge, which is pretty painful. I would like to have the scavenge to refresh Overminds and Davids. Alright, here I'll time a legwork. This is very risky against Jinteki. I'm hoping he doesn't run Snare. I'm looking at his agenda suite. It seems so weird. He's running Clone Retirement instead of House of Knives. So I'm thinking it's not that much of a flatline deck. I'm making a conscious decision to run. If I hit a Snare and an agenda, it's game over for me. So hopefully that's not the case, and I access the 3 best cards that I can ever access. A Future Perfect, which I steal, thanks to me getting lucky on the side game. And I trash 2 very important assets, Caprice Nisei and Corporate Troubleshooter. That is what he is banking on to win through the remote. That is absolutely huge. That completely changed the tide of the game. If he managed to get a Caprice or Corporate Troubleshooter into that remote, I think I wouldn't be able to score anything from that remote. Alright, so now he attempts to score an agenda through the remote. I'm on match point. Maybe I can win the game from here. It might be a June bug, but I'm okay to deal with a June bug at this point. So, he resists an Inazuma. What shall I do? If I take out an Overmind, it will cost me 2 for the SMC, 4 for the Overmind, 5 to boost the Overmind. That's way too much credits to spend on an Inazuma. So I bring out the David instead, break 1 subroutine, because the other is irrelevant. And I carry on. What's the worst that could hit me right here? A Komainu? Sure, take all my cards. Nope, it's an Archer. Hi, 6 strength. My David is more than happy to greet you, trash the David, and score the last Nisei. Wow. He didn't see that one coming, did he? Yep. I mean, as the cop, you have to feel pretty good about an Inazuma into David's server when the runner has no rig, only a single SMC out on the table. But guess what? A single David was all that I needed to get through that server and pull off the win. Funny enough, if he had a corporate troubleshooter in the server, it wouldn't have made a difference because David takes care of any eyes that is strength 5 or above. And both Inazuma and Archer happened to fall nicely into David's embracing arms. Only Caprice Nisei could have saved him there, and that timely leg work prevented him from making that play. So, yes, that was a very fortunate win for me on many accounts. I won that very crucial side game on the Future Perfect. Once again, just like the previous game I played with him again in Replicating Perfection, where I lost the first Future Perfect out of my hand. That was a huge loss. Same thing here. He lost the first Future Perfect. That brought me that much closer to winning the game. And yeah, this goes to show how powerful David is. Definitely well worth the 4 influence. It's the only program in the entire game that can take care of those 2 pieces of ice that were lying over there.